What are we talking about? E3. Oh, that happened. I wasn't watching it.
Yeah, it did happen.
Is it done?
No. Tomorrow is still Nintendo's conference, so that's probably going to be really good.
Are they going to do the Nintendo? They do like the Nintendo World Championship.
Yeah.
Which is amazing.
Yeah. Like Nintendo recently has just been fucking doing it. They've just been doing it, dude. Like it's kind of. Did you hear about? I
know they are, but like, what specifically?
Did you hear about Smash? Like they're the only like people that are actually doing DLC right.
How are they doing it?
Like they just everything they have is like $4, maybe $3. A lot of free DLC all the time. Like, and it's all DLC that people really want. They just released 3 DLC characters on Smash.
Who are they?
Oh yeah. Okay, get this. It's Lucas. Sure. Okay, it's Roy.
The classic.
The third is fucking Ryu from Street Fighter.
What?
Ryu, and he is the coolest character. I would have never ever thought that I would have wanted Ryu from Street Fighter.
How?
Ryu has his lights and his mediums. Like he has all of his stuff, and it's all based upon like how long you press like his A button.
Oh wow, that's actually how you played the original Street Fighter.
Yeah, that's what they did, and so Ryu has like his B moves or like Hadoken, Tatsumaki, and Shoryuken. But if you actually press or do the inputs, they do more damage.
Whoa!
So he's the first input character in Smash.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Smash has proven time, like, they've kind of proven that they could just, they're like the multiverse of video games that, like, kind of do whatever the fuck they want.
It's so experimental and awesome, and I just love it. So Ryu's the first, like super combo-based character. All of his lights have really light knockback, so you can link a lot of stuff together.
Question is, should I sell the arcade cabinet and get a Wii U? No.
What'd you say?
Nothing.
It's pretty funny though. Just like they brought like Suzaku Castle is like his stage, like Ryu's stage in Street Fighter 2, and
wow, I bet it's like huge, like a big old pagoda.
And they just got like the straight up. They have like Ryu and Ken's theme from Street Fighter 2, like remix.
That's awesome.
Everything. I think Akuma's theme as well. Ryu also has like it's like the iteration where Ryu has like the red fireball and whatnot.
Okay. Oh, he's always kind of had the. Oh, he's almost always had the red fireball. In the original, it was like random. It was weird. Come out at random times.
Really?
Yeah.
It is weird. Yeah, and this one, it's just, quarter circle forward and, like, half circle forward.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it was so unexpected. Like, out of all the characters, Ryu...
I don't really know why.
I don't either. Like, out of everybody. It's just kind of strange, but...
How do they have the ability? Yeah, I dig it, too.
It's a bit weird considering, Street Fighter is now, like, a Sony thing. And Sony and PC.
Well, but yeah, I guess what was the last thing Capcom did for the Wii? Oh, well, actually, they probably have a relationship for what?
It was like TVC the last time Ryu was on the Wii.
What are we thinking? Fucking Dinosaur Hunter.
Dinosaur Hunt? Monster Hunter?
Monster Hunter. Yeah.
What about it?
That's Capcom.
Yeah. You're thinking for the. Oh, I see what you mean.
Yeah. It's not like they've been dark for years and years, like. Because it would have been a stretch if it was just since Tetsunuka versus Cat. That's a while.
Yeah, that is quite a while.
Maybe they're gonna release it. Maybe they're gonna release 5 on the Wii U.
Oh my god! I just thought about that. If there was a Wii U TVC, I would freak out. Oh my god!
Oh, that would be amazing.
My god!
That'd be a big reason to get the console, really.
Yeah, let me not think about this possibility before tomorrow.
Before tomorrow?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Well, that's the Nintendo conference tomorrow.
Oh, sure.
What they're gonna announce. So you didn't see Sony conference?
No, I saw. The only thing I saw is the Bethesda conference.
Okay, did you see the Street Fighter? So you didn't see the Street Fighter trailer?
No, why do you say it like that?
Well, they brought back Cammy. That's whatever. But they also brought Birdie.
What the fuck? No way!
Yeah, Birdie is in the game.
Whoa! Wow,
Birdie
that's
is
really
in the
big
game.
of them to do that.
Yeah, these are the third strike days. I mean, not third strike. These are the alpha days, I guess. So.
Wow.
Yep, Birdie's here, which means I guess maybe like, oh god.
Armika?
Yeah, maybe Sodom, Armika.
Sodom would be fucking awesome. I don't really care for Armika. You got what's her name that nobody cares about? That I always forget her name. I'm gonna call her Meryl, even though that's not her name.
Oh, the Sakura's friend.
Sakura's buddy, yeah.
Yeah, I think it does start with an M. Mila, not Mila. I can't remember.
Yeah, speaking of Mila, I got back into Guilty Gear.
Oh, nice.
It came out on Steam.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. I heard about that.
Mm-hmm. Too bad there's like nobody playing, and they're all plebes.
Of course.
Wow. I want to see that. Is there something I could like? Is there? Because like, I noticed that like things are weird on E3 day. Like things aren't definitive. There's like 20 places to go for things. So like,
yeah.
If you search it, it's like you don't really get what you want.
True. If you go on Kotaku, they show pretty much every trailer.
Bah.
Yeah, but it's reliable.
I know. I'm just kidding. Cammy, I think is a cool character, but I never really liked the way she fought. I think she's annoying to fight.
She's a little weird. Her half circle forward is always kind of confounded me.
They're just weird. Oh. I don't know. Like Cammys are just like really twitchy and like weird. I don't know how to describe it.
I always hated fighting against really good Cammies because I just didn't know when they actually knew like the distance of crap.
People are starting to look kind of real in Street Fighter now.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, I don't dislike it.
Yeah, like it makes sense, but
yeah,
it's weird, I guess.
They still look like they belong. Oh, Birdie's like fat as fuck.
Yeah, Birdie's big as shit.
Why is he so fat?
That's muscle. That's muscle, son.
Nah, he's just fat.
That's
I don't like the way he looks.
But at least he's there with the chains. 2 chains.
Birdie should lose like 20 pounds before he should start this match. I don't know. Birdie used to be this big fucking jacked black guy who just chained the shit out of people. It looks good though. It looks like I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't have a next gen console, so like I can get excited up to a point.
Well, yeah, but you have the PC. I mean, I'm sure you can run it just fine. Well, I mean,
no, I can't. I need to upgrade soon.
I
don't have your card, sir.
Well, I'm sorry. Yeah, well, I'm sorry.
You son of a bitch.
Got him. Okay. Stop pretending.
Birdie sure did let himself go. I don't remember Birdie being Rufus fat. What the hell?
Yeah.
We're gonna get you back in shape, Birdie. EG needed a fat character to play.
Oh.
Good to see Birdie.
It's such a
He needs to start
it's
doing
such a
yoga and ride
random
bikes.
reveal. Out of all the characters they could have like randomly brought back, I figured it. Well, I don't
Well,
know.
no, I wanted Birdie.
I think a lot of people did,
I
but
really
like
wanted Birdie in
Birdie,
like modern.
it's like we're going to E3. Here's Birdie. I don't think a lot of people. Well, I think it was so big because nobody really thought, or it wasn't entirely confirmed that they were going to Alpha. So, like, by showing Birdie, not only did they show a character that everyone wanted to see, but they also
Alright.
showed, like, yeah, we're in the Alpha, so this is
That makes
happening.
sense. Why? Like Alpha Stage or
Yeah.
Alpha?
Like, well, no, like Alpha,
Alpha
game.
timeline.
Yeah, the timeline.
That's why. I guess that's why Bison's all jacked and like fireball-y, like psycho-y.
Yeah, I think there was a move that Chun-Li did um, that tipped people off to it being in an Alpha timeline. I can't remember. It was like that, or maybe the donkey kick where Ryu had something.
Chun-Li's face is different, but she looks cool.
Yeah, I love the character designs for all of them so far.
Even Birdie.
Well,
Look at Birdie.
it was really
before.
fast. I never really I played like Alpha, but I never really. I was more so freaking out because when I saw the change, I was like, "Is that Birdie?"
Oh,
I just kind of like exploded, like, Jesus Christ.
yeah. Well, for me, I mean, you told me and I watched the trailer, but it was cool that you told me because I would have seen the trailer and been like, "Oh, is that
Like,
bro? Oh, wait, he's really fat."
Oh, fat Birdie.
I don't know. It's like it doesn't. Why?
It's like, oh no,
I
it's
don't
kind
need
of fat.
that.
Yeah. There's a few games. Well, The Last Guardian finally
yeah, oh, that's right.
yeah, so that happened.
But
I
that's
don't even care anymore.
yeah, exactly. That's a big thing. It's like yeah, you remember that game that we've been in development for like fucking 12 years or something? Yeah, we're gonna finally release it. Oh yeah, and by the way, we're remaking Final Fantasy VII. Go fuck yourself. You'll buy it.
Oh, did you hear about Shenmue 3?
That's so funny. It's
The
like the
Kickstarter.
trifecta of like remakes that we need. It's like, thanks, Sony. You're actually doing what people wanted you to do for the past 10 years.
Yeah, like out of nowhere, they just finally decided, here we go. We'll actually start listening.
I feel like, honestly, I said that in the text, like, they've been holding this in their back pocket as, like, the final fucking grenade to launch an Xbox to, like, really bury them. Honestly, I think that's why they're like, alright, well, let's pick a time.
Because, I mean, so far, like, in the beginning, people were saying, like, Xbox wins. I mean, that always happens, but when they announced backwards compatibility, it was just kind of like, okay.
Wait, who did?
Xbox.
What do you mean?
Xbox is patching in backwards compatibility both for discs and for past Xbox 360 downloadable titles.
That's the way it should have been the
That's
entire time.
Absolutely. Apparently, they just needed work. Like they needed like time to put it in. It took this long, but
Suck my dick.
but they can do it now. Apparently,
That's
I mean,
crazy.
PS4 is saying like they can't. So that's kind of a pretty big leg up.
The weird thing is that like they were able to do it in a patch. It's like, okay, fuckers. Like how many other? It's like, oh yeah, we've now upgraded the power of your Xbox via patch.
The PS4, like Tony was saying, they couldn't do it. They'd have to like upgrade the hardware because of like the disk infrastructure or something like that.
Should.
Yeah, but for Xbox, they just said, okay, well, here's a patch.
That's so weird.
Yeah.
All things are behind like a patch.
I don't know how that. Apparently, not all of them are supported. It's like it's 100 titles so far, and they're gonna upgrade, update them more and more.
Yeah.
Along,
The big thing is the downloadable games.
Yeah, that's huge. I really didn't expect that from them. I really didn't, honestly. I know if it was Sony, that wouldn't happen. I'm pretty sure. I mean, maybe I can't say that for sure, but like if that was Sony, the way they've treated downloadable titles so far, I don't think that would have happened.
But they've been lame about it?
A little bit, yeah. I mean, like I've downloaded, like if some games are free on PlayStation 3, why aren't some games, like why can't I just transfer them over?
Yeah.
Like if they're downloadable games, I can see if I can't put a disc into my PS4. But if there are some games that are literally on both consoles, but one's free, why can't if I download one that's free, if they're both downloadable on both
No, I
consoles, like
get what
why
you
can't I
mean.
get both?
It's just
Yeah,
bullshit.
yeah,
I mean, Nintendo's good with that, right?
yeah.
They let you buy if you bought something on the Wii, 8 years ago, you still got it on the Wii U, right?
Yeah. If you like update your not update, if you what's the word?
If you verify and config and all that shit, right?
It's like if you can upload your Wii's data to your Wii U.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, and so you just have everything.
I mean, fuck, that's the way
Yeah.
it should be. And, that's why I really like this. That's why I really like Steam, because like when you have your Steam library is like, and it's like you have access to however many games you have on your Steam library from any computer in the world. So like, there's no danger of you like once you buy it, it's like I own this forever, pretty much. Like
Yeah.
Steam isn't going anywhere, and if it is, it's I'm still these games. I'm still gonna have like insurance with them, or at least I think. It's not like I don't. My Steam library isn't dependent on the hardware. In the next that needs to be released in intervals. Consoles. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
Oh,
what?
I forgot there's two other really big things for Microsoft. Um, also, by the way, there's a Stick of Truth sequel.
Oh yeah, that was a good game.
Yeah, it's called like something about buttholes. I can't remember.
That's actually like one of the true. That's actually one of the few true classic JRPGs around today, which
This
is really funny.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the fractured butthole. Yeah. um. Oh yeah. So. Really big things. Fallout 4.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, for Fallout 4 for Xbox 360, if you buy Fallout 4, then you also get Fallout 3 on your console. Well, that's just like one thing, but what the main thing was that you can all mods that are going to be created on the PC are going to be able to be used on the Xbox One.
Oh, that's big.
Yeah, so Microsoft is trying to fuse like the Xbox One and PC markets, I guess, and like have them inter like connected.
Mm,
Um,
that'd be really cool. Cross-platform possibilities.
yeah, so yeah, they said you can play on the PC, like PC versus Xbox and whatever stuff like that, and then they said oh yeah, so they're going to get basically Xbox is getting a green light program.
Hmm.
But what like one of the ways they're trying to sidestep, how devs may take advantage of it is all greenlight games are required to have a free demo. So one can actually try out the game, see if it's super buggy or not before they decide to invest money in it.
Yeah,
Which I think is a really good safeguard.
definitely because Greenlight is for all the good it does, it does just as much damage. As far as Steam goes, like I actually one of my popular videos was about a game called the Cat Simulator.
No, I'm good.
What? Oh,
Sorry. One more time.
no, it's one of my popular videos was about this game Cat Simulator that they greenlit like
Oh, I know Cat Simulator.
after they fucking did Goat Simulator. So it was like they pretty much just rode off this wave of success, and I was like, this is the worst example of a green light like scam. It's terrible.
It's like
They had like one pre-rendered animation from a website that's like junk animations.
you just like swatting with your hand, kind of like eh.
As far as as far as the research I did, they had no gameplay like whatsoever.
I saw like a GIF of like a cat where you were the cat and you were on like a bookshelf and you were just swatting your hand to the left,
Oh my god.
like knocking stuff down off the
Kawaii.
yeah, like cats do. It's basically like a dick simulator.
Cats are dicks.
Cats are dicks.
I like cats.
I love them too, but they can definitely be dicks.
They definitely can be. My cat right now is very well behaved.
Namaste was too after she was spayed.
They scooped her.
Yes, yes. She got the Haagen-Dazs.
Oh no! Only one flavor.
Yeah.
Baron.
Oh. I wish I could like fist bump you right now. That was so good. Oh god. Oh, she's changed.
They definitely do. She'd be like, "What's the point?"
Sprawled out.
Depressed and shit.
Just sprawled out on the floor every now and again. Like, yeah, well. Yeah. Oh god. I'm trying to. Where's this thing? Yas. Yas cat. There's also a World of Warcraft card game coming out, I think.
Yeah, I saw that.
Okay. Yes.
I thought Fallout 4 looked fucking great, but also it looked old as fuck.
The animations. I don't know how everything looks great, but the people. And like the people are just, and even like the dog in the first trailer when they showed the dog, it's like, oh.
Well, the dog I thought looked good.
It was so flat. The hair. It was just one.
There was not a whole lot of like texture. No.
Yeah, it was just like one big texture. Like, really? It's 2015, guys. I mean, like.
I did think it was like fair enough. It's a Fallout game. It's like the whole world is rendered in this giant raw thing. I get it, but then I heard the guy say that they've been working on it since like Fallout 3 ended, and I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense.
Come on, guys. I mean,
hopefully, I just hope like this is really, I don't know, like I feel like Fallout 4, they put the 4 on it to kind of make it seem like this is the next big thing, but it's not really. It's kind of Fallout 3.5.
It looks like, yeah, and it's like a prequel. So
it's like an up-res, yeah.
It's kind of like, all right, well.
But I thought it was kind of weird because in the beginning he's like, no spoilers, but you're a guy. Did you see the conference?
No,
But he's like, it was like no spoilers, but this is what happens and this is what happens. Like, whoa!
Oh God!
I thought you just said no spoilers, dude.
Bro.
And then they had this thing where like the whole conference was really good, and the guy who does it is really smart and talented. So it was a good conference. But they also had, they're like, with the collector's edition, we're gonna have this custom Pip-Boy that we made, and it's like cool. But it was the Pip-Boy from the new game, so it doesn't quite look like the Fallout 3 Pip-Boy. So it's like cool, but yeah. And then you put your phone in it, so it's integrated that way.
Okay.
And then the screen is your phone, so you can wear it on your wrist, and you could like use it. It's fully integrated with the game, so you can allocate stats and shit, and look at quests on your wrist, which is really cool.
That's really awesome.
Tune into radio stations and stuff.
Oh man.
Yeah, so
that's so good.
Yeah, it's really cool. So he's like, second screen experiences in the past have been, well, to be honest, just stupid gimmicks, and they're terrible. But this is the best fucking stupid gimmick I've ever seen. So, and he said fucking, it was great. Like, this is the best, and everybody applauded, like, yeah, it is. But at first, it's like a shit ton of press people, so he said that, and like everybody was silent, and I laughed, but everybody was silent, like, oh, can we? I got a free iPad last year because of that. Like, what? I don't want to laugh at that. There's press people all around. Maybe I won't get free shit next year. He's absolutely right, though. I don't know. Like, I have mixed feelings about it. I think that like titles are very misleading nowadays. Fallout 4. It's not like Fallout. It's not like Fallout. I don't know, like like Fallout the first Fusion or some
Yeah,
shit.
like okay.
It's not. It's like Fallout 4. Like we're stepping it up another notch. Like it's to imply that it's like another leap from Fallout 3, but it's not so much.
Yeah.
Same thing with Doom. Doom, I saw like the whole gameplay thing. I was like, it looks alright.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people kind of thought it was meh.
It was, man.
I think they showed or there was leaked gameplay, and it was a lot faster than it actually was.
Well, I could tell that the game was faster, but the way the person was playing it, they were playing it slow. So like they were standing still a lot and shooting things stationary just to like show off the animations. I noticed that a lot because you have double jumps and you walk at like Quake speed, so you're moving, you're really moving. But for whatever reason, they slowed it down so that we could see everything more clearly, which I thought was really weird.
They really focused on the gore aspect.
That was the biggest complaint that I had. One of the things I really don't like in shooters, and is probably my biggest thing that I don't like in shooters, is the contextual, like, QTE. Like, when I go to backstab somebody, I want it to be in-game. I don't want to, like, trigger an animation. I like everything to be in-game. That may just be me, but I know when I see the same canned animation once or twice, I get bored of it really quickly.
Yeah, definitely. It's either, like, do that, or have, like, 80 different kind of, like, takedowns or some shit, you know, like... like with Metal Gear Rising, you know? It was real cool, pogo sticking off like the balcony, like onto an enemy. Once you do that 50 or even like twice, it's kind of like, oh yeah, that happened before. it's not as super gory and over the top when you've seen it again and again.
You want to see like 5 of those.
Yeah, it's like, well, I'm over it. Yeah. You take in everything there is about the animation, and he's kind of like, oh.
But you know what? And then just like a little bit of extra thought changes things. Like maybe the way you approach changes the kill animation.
Yeah.
Or like you could do something to like mix things up. Like you could be hanging off the ledge and then do it from there. Or you could like jump off, and because you jump, I don't know, you like stomp on the guy's skull or something. I don't know.
Yeah, just a bunch of different things. You know, anything. Just not the same, like, 3 animations, because it's just...
The animations were kind of cool and brutal and quick, but it was still, like, I know I'll be bored with that. And, like, they picked up the chainsaw, and I'm like, cool, chainsaw. And I'm thinking, like, you know, you just run into people like you did in the old Doom, but what you do is, it's just like every time you use it, I don't even think you can actually use it the way you're supposed to. Because I think it's just insta-kill, so anything that you attack with it just instantly dies.
Oh, it was just like a little cutscene?
Yeah, a little attack animation. So it looks cool. You chainsaw through people, and it looks gory as hell. And it's pretty well animated, but it's it's the same animation.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I want especially if they're saying it's an old school shooter, I want all my shit in game.
Yeah, they definitely, they tried to modernize it. They definitely, I think they tried really hard to stay true to it, but they tried to modernize it in ways that probably weren't the best ways to modernize it, I think.
Exactly. Like, there's a lot of, for the past, like, 10 years, there's been a lot of focus on, like, look at the technology. Look what we do with the technology.
Yeah.
Like, look, this is, like, a cool animation that we put together. It's like, I just want to play the game. I don't... like, is this going to hold up in 10 years?
Have you seen the freaking, the past, like, 3 Batman, like, trailers from NVIDIA?
No, but I saw some of the stuff, and it looked kind of incredible.
It does. It looks freaking ridiculous, but, like, the past 3 trailers have just been, like, sliders and, like, look at the smoke effects, and look at these dollar bills flying in the air all by themselves simultaneously.
Some people really care about that.
Yeah. But
Are you knocking it, or
no? I'm just like, it's interesting seeing as like the last 3 trailers were all like NVIDIA, like it was like, huh. I guess that's where we're at right now. Like,
oh yeah.
I feel like would I care about whether or not all these dollar bills were like moving around in the background? I mean, I'm sure people would, but like, these dollar bills are important enough to some people that they get their own trailer.
Yeah.
And it's like, huh.
I will say, like, some of the things, I think probably the best looking game out right now is The Order. I think The
Oh
Order has
yeah.
some of the most impressive animations and like textures, and the way they did it, I thought was really, really cool. The gameplay looks like dog shit, but I don't want to say dog shit. That's kind of strong, but the gameplay looks pretty
standard
formulaic
shooter.
and standard. Yeah, and standard shooter is not a shooter I want to play. Really,
It's just over. I'm over it. So over it.
shooters in general.
Like shooters, I'm over shooters kind of, unless they're like experimental like Splatoon. I'm over freaking open world games. I'm so like I'm just done.
I don't like them.
I wanted to play The Witcher 3 so bad and Inquisition so bad
Why?
because I love open world fantasy games with magic elements and like I just love all that. And The Witcher 3 was like mixing that with Monster Hunter. I was like, that sounds freaking amazing. And I just haven't even looked at any of it. The only open world game I'm even remotely interested in, and not even remotely, I really am interested in it, is X on the Wii U. And that's because the world is so super high fantasy that I know I'm just going to love walking around and taking in the scenery. But that game, if you want to talk about a game that's just like bloated with just like with slowed progression, it's multiplayer and everything, but I read an article on Kotaku is gonna like oh yeah, 60 hours in I just got my mech. And it's like, what? 60 hours in and you just got your mech? And then he broke it. He had to repair it. But he
What?
I'm just like 60 hours in.
What game is that though? I'm not really familiar with that.
Really?
No,
Let me get yous.
I don't like. I don't like. I've been playing Warhammer. I mean, that's what I've been doing.
Well,
I mean, that game is 10 years old. I don't know. That game is also fucking unbelievable. It's
Really?
probably one of the best RTS I've ever played.
dang. Let's see. Okay,
Yes.
like this video, skip to 5 minutes on
What
this
is
video.
this?
This is X. It's the game that you saw before. You had like everyone had terrible faces.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but the world
I
looks
know what this
like
is.
mind blowing.
Greetings. Shut up. Well, looks like an MMO.
It is basically. I mean, it's not an actual MMO, but you can play online with 4 people.
Mm.
You can all get like your mechs and everything, and just kind of walk around and fly around the world and shit.
Can you wear helmets?
Yes, everyone's customizable.
Good, because they're them face.
Yeah, the faces are really bad. I don't even know why.
There's no need for it.
Like if everything else in the world is so beautiful and amazing, like I don't know how the human faces are just so pleh.
All the developers' hands are potatoes with C batteries on them.
Oh my god, this world has to be so large. I just can't even imagine, and it's so beautiful. It's so not gray and brown. It's just.
Mm.
I think at E3, I think another thing that really surprised me this E3 is that I'm thinking that developers are starting to understand that we're not just all looking for gritty like hyper violence like anymore.
Yeah.
We're not, because so many games at E3 this year were super colorful and They weren't super hyper realistic. A lot of them were, cartoony or had their own stylized, versions.
Sure.
And yeah, I think now we're closer than ever to like having, I want to say, like an acceptable gaming zeitgeist. Like I think developers are starting to understand. No, we don't want super crazy overpriced DLC. I think people are starting to understand. Not everything needs to be brown and gray and gritty.
Sure.
And people are starting to do more creative things and have more creative IPs that just
God,
aren't doing anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, some of the enemies are freaking like.
Well, not the Vista. I was like, holy fuck.
Oh yeah.
Really big.
Yeah, this area it's tremendous. I don't even know when it's coming out. Honestly, I really have no idea. It came out in Japan.
Of course it did. Fuckers.
Yeah. We are fucks.
Elitists. Fascist pricks.
So yeah, I'm really excited for tomorrow. Oh my god, if they show a Metroid game, I might actually like explode or secrete liquids in my pants. I don't know what's gonna happen. Yeah, that's the truth. I that may actually happen. So
would you want a 2D one or a 3D one?
I think at this point I'd be happy seeing Samus back. Kind of no matter what it be, at least some way. But if there was a way they could mix the two, I think that'd be incredible. But regardless, if they make one that sticks to Metroid Prime, I'd be happy. If they make one that sticks to the original Metroid, I'd be happy. As long as it's not a goddamn remake, I'd be happy.
We are in the age of remakes right now.
I am fucking over remakes. So over it.
Like, we are so saturated with remakes that it's disgusting.
It's gross. It really is. It's gross. Like,
they redid they made, like, it started like 2 or 3 years ago, I think.
They remade Poltergeist, man.
I didn't even know about that.
They remade Poltergeist.
They just remake everything. They remade RoboCop. RoboCop did not need to be remade. If you go back and watch RoboCop, they did that movie really well. That movie it doesn't sound like an intelligent movie, but it's a very intelligent, thought-provoking movie that is actually quite disturbing and accurate to life and death and like the boundaries of the human psyche and like what it means to be alive and shit like that. And then you
steamroll over it and add a new shiny coat of paint.
Yay!
Yeah,
Sam Jackson.
So like, but yeah, like RoboCop, Poltergeist. I just don't. I just don't get it. Like, and I mean, they announced what, like the Gears collection today. One of the only remake thing I think today that has been announced that I feel is kind of a good thing is the Rare thing.
Rare.
Yeah, there's a Rare collection.
Wow.
That's 30 games.
Holy fuck.
Yeah, it's 30 games for $30. And
cool.
Yeah, like Perfect Dark, Banjo-Kazooie,
that's tremendous.
Yeah, it's Conker's
just
Bad
going to
Fur
be a
Day.
Wii, though. It's just going to be an emulator of those games.
Pretty much.
Wow, how are they going to do that if they're going to probably have to buy a lot. Well, actually, I don't know, because there's weird rules with emulator technology, so like they could kind of probably get away with like scavenging it a little bit.
I really don't know, because
like the Retron 5 got a little bit of trouble for doing shit like that. Like the 5-in-1 console.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, with all the different slots and everything. Okay.
Because it was an emulator that ran off of like pre-existing emulated software. But, and nobody was paid or anything. So it's kind of like, what do you do about that? So how are they going to run
30 different
Banjo-Kazooie? I mean, I think they already have that. Like, how are they going to run Conker's Bad Fur Day?
Yeah, and like Perfect Dark.
Yeah, without an emulator of sorts.
I didn't even think about that.
It's kind of interesting.
Yeah, that was. I think that's the only like remake thing.
Well, that makes sense why Cliffy B left, right? Cliff
But
Bleszinski, he like left Epic, and
oh
like
yeah,
I didn't know
yeah,
at the
yeah.
time why, and I'm almost certain it's because it's like, yeah, we're gonna come out with a fucking remake of all the games that came out. It's like, why remake? Why come out with that? Like, it came out a few years ago. It wasn't that long ago.
Yeah.
It's like, let's remake Metal Gear Solid 4. It's like, why? They probably fucking will, honestly.
Let's not think of that. I don't think they will.
They
I hope
will.
they won't.
They will after they've gotten
After
all the money
Kojima's
they can
gone.
after Phantom Pain. After
Uh,
Kojima leaves, they're gonna remake that shit.
Maybe. After that, honestly, who the fuck cares?
About Metal Gear?
About like I don't maybe shit. I mean like I feel like that was the man. I really don't know what's gonna happen
He's a
after.
rock star.
Yeah, after he leaves, and he stands for everything Metal Gear.
Yeah.
To have him
He
not
just
be
needs to kill the series and be done with it, and then
yeah,
that's it. Just kill it.
the legacy should end with him. I
Yep.
feel.
Don't have it be like, well, I don't know, like Mega Man.
Oh yeah, they had some pretty interesting like Nintendo added like a bunch of different costumes for characters. So there's like a Zero costume. They added like a Battle Network Mega Man costume. They added Jackie from King of Fighters, like a costume.
Who's
and,
Jackie?
and the dude with like the spiked up hair, and like the leather jacket, like the main character in Virtual Fighter 5. And
Oh yeah. He's good.
yeah, Jackie, and they added an Akira costume and Heihachi costume. They added all these fighting game character costumes right after they announced Ryu, and it was like, what's going on right now?
They're kind of just delivering and a lot of fun stuff.
Yeah, just kind of like, and those were all I think those were all free. I can't really remember, but it's kind of like okay, like how is this whole right? Like how are the rights being obtained by all that? Like I don't think there was ever a Virtual Fighter on any recent
Smash
Nintendo.
Brothers legal team is amazing. They just know how to like work the work.
Apparently, because Ryu, like I don't even
Like Ryu and like, oh wait, is Akira and stuff in the game? No, just the costume.
just costumes.
That's like a crazy amount of cross stuff going on.
They just like threw in a bunch of stuff. It's like here's like Mega Man X Zero and here's Battle Network Mega Man. It's like okay,
I wish we could have more franchises that do that. Like,
yeah, and they've been doing it for Monster Hunter 2 on the 3DS.
really?
Yo, totally. There's a Link costume,
Cool.
like Samus costumes, and like different weapons and everything from different franchises, Sonic and whatnot. It's kind of like they're just throwing them all in, and Nintendo's just being so fun and experimental.
Yeah,
And
the amiibos and stuff. I think the amiibos are a good idea.
well, those things are blowing out of like
Absolutely.
those things are blowing up.
I heard in the UK they stole a shipment of like a truck
Oh yeah,
full of amiibos.
people take the amiibo seriously, man.
Well, I said I would get a NES amiibo
I think
without even having a Wii U.
I can't remember if Ness is one of the ones that are just like super gone forever.
Yes, yeah.
Some of them are just gone forever.
Well, Nintendo's dumb. They like limit exclusivity with certain people, and they also don't have an online store, which is dumb because
Yeah,
you only there's like 80 amiibos. You can't put a store cannot carry that many amiibos
yeah,
properly or the way. Just have an online store, Nintendo. Come on.
yeah. They announced today that they're going to be restocking, or yesterday they're going to be restocking all the hard to find amiibos really soon.
Yeah, but then they're just gonna get all bought up instantly.
Oh, they're just going to get bopped. They're just going to get scalped really hard.
Exactly. They're just gonna have some guy go in there with fucking high pants and a bad odor,
Yeah. Quite possibly.
and he goes in there, just like puts his arm on the shelf and just fucking
Just scoops them in.
scoops him in.
Scoops them.
Right now, shake that $5 grand to buy these.
Yeah.
I'm gonna sell my eBay for twice the price.
Yeah.
I'm a good guy.
Yep.
It's capitalism.
Gay.
You fucking scumbag. I listen to like a podcast. They talk about stuff like that sometimes, and they like one of the listeners actually made like an experiment over the course of like I think 2 years or something, where and this is like a fairly modest podcast. Like there's not a whole lot of listeners, very indie, I guess, like super indie, you know. So a lot of people. So like he went on and like there was a certain game that he had where I forget the name of it. It was like a sports game or something, or I don't remember, or a bullet hell. So he intentionally bought up like the majority of the stock on eBay, and then like gradually increased the price incrementally and artificially increased the value of the game over like a certain amount of time. Yeah,
Like an economic kind of experiment.
yeah, it was crazy. Because he said like, "Oh, I hear you guys talk about like people price gouging and fucking people over and scumbag resellers and stuff, but I never really knew the." And it's like, so I did this, and I kind of realized now that it's like, whoa,
Yeah.
it's crazy. Fixing one of the most. I don't know if I told you this about the art. Tell you about that,
The art?
like about how they sell art nowadays, or a scam.
Oh, yeah, like the scammed, what was it? It was like Jesus, right? Someone tried to, like, there was a really badly drawn, scanned, or
Oh
scammed
no,
Jesus.
no, but that's the worst like restoration job of all time. That picture.
Ah,
But what they do is, which is really clever. Let's say you own an art studio and you have all these paintings from all these big wigs of the art community, and you come in and go, oh, you got some nice paintings in here, and my client's blah blah blah, and he's like I can give you one of his $20,000 pieces. It would look really great in here. And they go, oh, that's great, and it's like $20,000 piece. It's like, well, and they maybe never heard of him, and the person that's pitching it, this is not actually like he's just making the prices. Like, oh, my $20,000 piece.
oh,
So it's like, so they put the piece in there, and then people come by, and then they go, it's like, oh, what's that? It's like, oh, it's it's the new blah blah blah. It's it's like it's a $20,000 piece.
Ah.
Oh, wow.
Oh my god.
And then they just keep doing that, and then so they take a nobody and then make him a millionaire. It's fucking genius.
It's
really.
that simple.
Yeah, I wish I came up with that scam. I
Yeah,
mean,
man.
I would have just get a bunch of hoity-toity like fucking rich morons going, oh yes, I'll drop the money, but it's well worth it.
Yeah, it's art,
like,
bro.
what?
Fucking, I've seen people buy tables for less than that. At this art festival around, it's called Artscape.
What do you mean tables? Like little
Like
ottomans?
like handmade tables created out of like tremendous wooden stumps.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Well, they're called cores, I think.
Cores?
They're like these really. I'm not sure if it's the same thing you're talking about, but there's this wood that's like big tree trunks. They have like the trunk. It's very dense, and like the root system in the center of that, they carve that away, and the wood is supposed to be like this godlike wood.
It's definitely incredible.
Okay.
Yeah, it's super like.
Like they have a show about people that like dig this up for paydays because they're that expensive.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if it's that. I feel like those are just random like tree stumps.
Well, you're saying like I said $20,000, and you said.
But yeah, there was definitely. I asked the guy for like the price of them because they were beautiful, and I was like, oh, he said like 13 through 17. And I'm like 100, and it's like 1,000. I'm like,
Oh.
I'm
Bye.
money elsewhere. Well,
Where do the real people shop?
good day, sir. That's me.
I feel like there's a lot of horse shit to that though. Like, where do they get off charging that much? It might have been really well made, but like,
That's
let's say
actually pretty standard. I mean, like, or close to standard. Yeah, dude. Art is something.
What a scam.
Yeah.
Right?
If some people, feel as though they want something in their home that much, then, I guess it's up to them.
But even if it's like an image that emits a feeling and an emotion, like, I could buy vacations with that money that I can make new emotions with. I don't need to have that in my house. And if I really need it, well, you know what? Fuck it. I'll hire some guy and he'll blow it up and put it on my fucking wall. How about that? I got it on my wall and I didn't have to spend 20 grand.
Yeah.
But it's not the original, and it really...
Yeah, it's not the original.
I can't see the actual, like... I can't see the layers of fucking paint on it. And it's... I guess, and also it's like a financial investment, because they could sell it.
Yeah, and... I don't know.
Go fuck yourself. Maybe not, I don't know. Art's nice sometimes, I guess.
Art's lovely, but you just have to be
Definitely.
willing to,
I start throwing money at it.
Yeah, you gotta actually be willing to pay for that shit. If you really are into art, if you truly want to, to buy. Because, I mean, people have to make a living off of that, And sometimes people don't sell another piece of art for months, like half a year. And sometimes people get, like some kind of artist block, don't make anything, and just kind of are in crisis until they make another piece. So they try to make the money count as much as it can,
Yeah.
I'm not
Fuck,
buying it, though. I'm not buying that.
But it's like, what makes it good? And like, what
Well, it's all subjective.
dictates that price?
All subjective.
I think it's a lot of fuckery
Oh,
in
totally.
our community.
There's a lot of people that take advantage of it. A lot of people. There's a great deal of sincerity. There's also, like, nowadays especially, there's a great deal of people that just take advantage of it and just make ridiculous stuff and say, like, oh yeah, this is art, right?
Yeah,
and then they
exactly.
think of, like, a super deep meaning behind it and get some, like, someone asks, what's this piece about? You tell them, and it's like, oh my god, oh, it's so beautiful, and then, they just buy it.
Would you resent a person that knowingly ripped off idiots for that purpose, to gain money off of those people?
I would
Like, if
resent
I
their
did it.
intent. Yeah, I would.
You'd resent me for doing that?
Like, it depends on, like, well, I mean, it's trickery regardless. But when you start playing around with sums of money like that, then
You gotta
I
think
mean,
of the people that are buying it are not.
because they're fine with it.
Yeah.
They still came out with something. They weren't, the people that are buying it weren't tricked necessarily.
Yeah, they don't know they're suckered.
Yeah, they don't know, that.
That's why it's such a good scam.
But I just wonder, like, how the person could live with themselves. I mean,
What do you mean by that?
it's
Like, people could live with themselves? Because I think people could live with pretty much anything.
well, sure. I mean, it's just because of how I would feel.
You
Like,
know?
I know how I would feel. I would feel like,
There's a lot of fucked up things that, like, I've done that I really regret doing that I just have to deal with,
yeah. I feel like all the money. I would ask myself consistently, do I deserve this money? Like, do I? Is this okay? Like, I'd ask myself that all the time. I wouldn't really. And maybe I'd be able to trick myself into thinking that it is okay. And I mean, on some levels, it is okay. I mean, it's a really big gray area. It all depends on everyone's, subjective kind of thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
But if I was in a situation and I did that, if I somehow decided, okay, well, I'm going to trick these people and take thousands of dollars of their money, they're buying a product that, that they want. But I just, like, Pollock splashed a bunch of lines onto a piece of paper.
I just feel kind of grody.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would do it. I don't know.
I mean, you could definitely take advantage of it, and you could definitely, make out really well
Yeah.
if you can actually find the right crowd.
It's such a good scam though, because like the people that get scammed don't know they got scammed.
Yeah, they're fine with it. They bought a great product.
It's crazy though.
Yeah.
So like nobody is really hurt, but you're being dishonest.
Yeah, it's all in the eye of the beholder. But the person that really knows what's going on there they may just feel kind of gross, or
What
maybe
about people
not.
that hustle for pool?
That term, hustle for pool.
Yeah, like billiards.
Oh well, how so? What do you mean?
Like oh, I'll play you 2 games. It's like, oh, I'll play people in the bar, then I'll play this guy, then I'll play my friend, and we're betting. But nobody knows he's my friend. He's a stranger, and I lose a bunch of money to him. Or no,
okay.
I lose a bunch of money to him, or I win a bunch of money, or whatever. And then like I come by and somebody else is like, yeah, I'll do that, and say okay, and then you let them win, and it's like, all right, well, we'll fucking do a bigger bet, and then it's like, all right, and then they just destroy them, and then the 2 walk away with like $500.
Yeah, I've seen. There was like a Drake and Josh episode of that. Straight up.
Actually, Silent sent me a message, or sent me. We were talking, and he sent me a link to like a Guile, because I was talking about Guile or something. He said the Guile thing goes with everything, and it was Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and it was so fucking funny because it was the same. It was the same thing, and Uncle Phil was like, I don't know if I should bet, and I don't know, and then like he's like, oh, come on, what are you, chicken, blah, and then he's like, okay, I will, and then he looks to his butler, and he's like, break out Lucille, and like he broke out this fucking like custom stick.
Oh my god!
And just wrecked
Very
his face.
suddenly.
And that's when the Guile theme kicks on.
Yeah.
It was great.
Yeah, that's. I feel like that's actually worse.
Yeah.
Like, because at the end of the day, with the art thing, no matter what's happening, you're not actually scamming people. You're not even really. If people want to spend thousands of dollars on a piece of nothing, in your eyes, it means a hell of a lot to them. Apparently, if they're willing to spend that much money.
Yeah.
But for the billiards, that's straight up like, I'm just gonna be dishonest and like play you guys. I mean, it's literally like playing the people, It's like, I'm gonna be dishonest and trick you guys into thinking that I'm bad and that we don't know each other and that, and then you're betting their money over it. But I couldn't in good faith say that in the heat of the moment, if a friend suggested that to me, that I wouldn't go along with it. I honestly couldn't. I could totally see myself doing that. I wouldn't suggest it, but if someone did, it's like, oh yeah, all right, let's get these clowns.
You're you're an innocent sir.
Yeah.
You don't have any, like, because I don't think I'm a bad person, but I definitely have like fucked up aspects of my psyche. Like I could, like I feel like I could kind of do fucked up stuff because I have.
Yeah.
So I don't even want to talk about, like, stuff that I don't even like thinking about.
Yeah, I mean, we've all done fucked up shit. I mean, some more fucked up than others, but regardless, it's still fucked up,
So, like, I don't know.
But
like gangsters and shit. That was I always thought that dynamic was interesting. Like gangsters, like they do these things that justify their way of living, and they just kind of get comfortable in doing what they do after a certain point. It takes a certain kind of person to do that, or a certain kind of mental training, you know?
Yeah, I feel like it's really similar to gangs in general. Just
Mm.
like it's its own close knit community.
Gangs are a little different because gangs don't follow as much. Well, I guess they do. It's not as much.
Their rules. They just don't see. I don't think. I think the
It's not as
mob.
logical.
Yeah, I think the mob and gangsters is more so. Yeah, it's like a more sophisticated gang.
Sure, the classic mob is like we're in here to make money, and if you fuck with us, then you're dead.
Yeah, but I also think that there's a negative connotation towards gangsters.
Gangsters or like what,
Well, like,
black or white?
I'm sorry. Like, like gang members.
Sure.
Because there's clearly, like, you can tell clearly in Baltimore now that there was the riots and what happened underneath. Like not underneath, but
Well, sure.
like how the gang members kind of cruised in between and all the ruckus caused by the youth and stole all those drugs.
Brilliant strategical move.
Yeah, very clearly meditated and pretty crazy. I underestimated them, that's for sure. I didn't think that they'd make a move that smart, but they did.
I mean, you watch Godfather enough times, he's bound to something's bound to rub off.
Yeah, so I thought that was pretty fascinating. So I can't really say. I think gangs are so ubiquitous. Especially I think it's fueled by poverty. I think because a lot of single parent homes, a lot of parents that have to go off and do fucked up shit to actually sustain their children.
So they don't really know. So they don't know what right from wrong growing up.
Yeah, so there's that factor because they don't have good parenting. There's the fact that some of their parents may not even be home because of all the poverty. Maybe they're working 9 to 5 or all the time. Maybe they're being prostitutes or drug dealing themselves. So that's rubbing off on them. And gangs are basically a family. It's a close knit unity that a lot of people don't have in the city. I was actually in the inner city yesterday or 2 days ago. Is it Monday? Was it Monday?
Yeah.
Okay, no, yesterday. And
no, today's Tuesday. Yeah.
Well, yeah, but you know what I mean. And there's I forgot what they're called. The 60 no. Lost Something Boys. It's a bunch of dudes that go around in Baltimore. It's a bike gang. It's a dirt bike gang. They do fucked up shit. They just kind of go around every now and again in the middle of the highways and do tricks, a bunch of wheelies.
Yeah.
Some of them, this dude yesterday got up on top of his motorcycle while it was still driving and shit. And it's I was the whole time I was kind of well, these guys are assholes stopping traffic and shit, but I got to give them props because that's a pretty
cool stunt.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
They're kind of being look at me!
So totally. They're just stopping traffic and showing that they're not scared of anybody. But when you kept looking, these guys would go by, riding on their bikes, doing tricks, making stupid, gestures, and just in this giant group. And then behind them, you could see a bunch of kids in a line on actual bicycles, doing the wheelies and copying what they're doing. But they're all following together. They're all in this kind of big thing. I guess it's an initiation phase. And then I saw when I was parked, there were dudes on dirt bikes, with the little baby brothers on them, and they were teaching them how to ride bikes and how to drift, and it's this kind of close knit family that they create. When a lot of them may have the absence of one.
Yeah.
Which I think is really kind of fascinating. It's its own kind of close knit culture that they create.
It's good if it wasn't based off fucked up stuff, though.
Yeah, it's just because they want a good life, and the good life they want is they get it through money, and the only way to get money if you don't have an education, which may be fueled by poverty, is through drugs most likely. So
fucking people up.
Yeah, so fucking people up, robbing, and drugs. So. They just want to be successful.
The thing about that is, though, when it comes to that kind of... the mob has always been, you kind of have... that if you work for the mob, as long as you keep all your ducks in line and you don't fuck around, and as long as you're not privy to information that you shouldn't be privy to and that may be sensitive, well, then you're pretty much golden. Nobody's gonna fuck with you.
Yeah, I just wonder about like leaving the mob.
I think it needs to be done properly, and it
Yeah.
needs to be done amicably.
Yeah, I don't think you can just wash your hands of the mob and say I'm done. I think you need to like.
I think you
let
can to
people
a
know.
point.
Yeah.
You know? I do, because it feels like maybe, I don't know. It depends. Like, let's say I'm like a guy who works at a corner store and I help like work books. I help like move books and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and like fucking help shift money around. And it's like it gets to the point where it's like I'm kind of comfortable with where I am, and maybe I want to move locations, or I'm moving out of town or something, and I go, hey, it's been great with you guys, but it's not really going to work out as much now. I want to. I don't think they would have as much of a problem with it. I think they'd understand. They understand. Like, I don't think it'd be like. They may give you shit. I don't know. I'm blindly speculating, but I want to think that like there's a little more leeway as far as like compared to like the street gangs and stuff.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't even really know how those work. I'm not sure if you can
Street
just.
gangs?
Yeah, if you can just like leave a street gang or.
No, you can't at all. I don't think you can at all. It's all like.
Because I mean, I've known gang members that just kind of they go to school, they don't really do anything. But if someone comes at them, like that is a blood or a crip or whatever is their opposition, then they'll go into action. But other than that, they don't really do anything.
To me, it's just like a bunch of kids playing games. Like, what are you doing? Like, this guy's got different colors, and like fucking 30 years ago, a disagreement, and now you're on sides, and you're perpetuating this ridiculous war because reasons. What are you doing? To me, I don't really have respect for that kind of shit. It's like, I don't know. Like, in a way, on a level, I respect the mob, and I respect like that they want to fix the game and they want to make money for themselves and they don't really give a fuck. And I kind of respect that in a way. But
I mean, all of that is kind of synonymous with gangs, though. All of what you just
they don't
said.
make the money.
They do. Oh, they do. They totally make the money. It's all through drugs,
Well, maybe I should say they don't make the money the way you should. They do it through fucked up means. The mob does too, but they put it into businesses. They do shady shit. They get things working for them. They do drugs and stuff too, but it's more like it's like a higher. I think it's classy.
It's like more so behind the scenes rather than like destroying other people's lives.
It's more subtle. It's more like
it's more
better.
subtle.
It's more. It's done with more care.
It's less destructive.
Exactly. It's less noisy. It's tactically better.
Yeah, it is.
And, a lot of people could throw, like, like, I'm listening to these history podcasts and stuff, and they talk about, Napoleon. And Napoleon famously said, like, how could you beat me when I spend 30,000 men a month?
Jesus.
And it's like, fuck. Like, when you're at that point, when you're just willing to just throw brute force at something, well, how can you stop? How can you be stopped? But you know what? That's not the way, like, so many people die. It's like, why not just do it with more subtle, why not just be like fucking Genghis Khan or something? Just go in there with like precision and just take shit out. So that's the way I look at it. Like, one group is doing it one way, one group is doing it the other way. They both work, but one way is better for everybody.
It is. I mean, yeah, indeed. I just think that, with gang members, especially in the inner city areas in Baltimore, it's just people are naturally working with, like, if they're in poverty, they're likely not going to be well schooled. And if they don't have, the parents to, help support them or to steer them on the right path, then naturally they're going to be a bit corrupted. And so if they want money, but they don't have the education to do anything with it, they don't have the means to do anything proper with the money, but, spend it on like shoes and cars and, whatnot, then I think chaos is naturally going to ensue. You know, I think with the mob, you know, people want this money, but they understand. Well, let's not destroy people's lives.
Yeah.
We can get it, but you know, let's do it properly. Let's do it so we're not going to get caught. Let's you know. But with the gang, it's kind of like, yeah, we're getting money, and this is better than being in this row house by myself, or you know, with like 6 kids and like barely living.
And I feel like there's this weird self-destructive nature to it as well, like a lack of caring about themselves. Almost like well, fuck it, kind of attitude.
But then it's like for the gang, kind of.
It's sad.
Yeah, it's like its own little collectivistic culture, but for some people, it's kind of all they have.
I know, that's what's sad about it.
Yeah, it's a shame.
Like their whole the old people that I call family are a bunch of the cutthroats that have no moral like line.
Yeah.
Baltimore.
Yay for gang violence.
I guess so.
Yeah, we just had another homicide today. That's probably like 56 already.
This month?
No, this year.
That's crazy.
That's like a blazing record. It's kind of insanity.
It's stupid.
Yeah, we're in a crisis right now. No one knows what to do about it. Everyone hates the mayor.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Everyone hates how she handled, you know, the whole riot thing.
What did she do?
I mean, she waited a long time to call in the National Guard.
Yeah.
And like a lot of damage was done already, and like a lot of it.
But didn't she shit on the police or something?
Yeah, well, I think she shit on the police. She also
yeah, that's fucked.
called everyone thugs.
Well, yeah, that's fucked.
Had clear racial. You know,
isn't she black though?
Yeah, she's black. Well, it doesn't make it okay. I mean, if
no, I'm just saying, like, yeah.
Yeah. So there's just like clear racial connotations for that, and I think people are just kind of looking. She's really like she's just the avatar. She's like Obama, where she's really just the avatar for you know what's actually going on behind the scenes. So everyone's just deciding, oh well, I don't like the way everything's going, so I'm just gonna hate the mayor right now. So
that's funny. During World War II or World War One, there was this guy. I think his name was Frederick von Bismarck. So, like, he was, like, pretty much in the same way that the royal family is today. They don't really do anything. They're trying to just, like, figureheads.
Look, yeah.
And this is back in a time where there was a lot of these type of people, the royal families of Europe and this hierarchy, and it, you know, to the point where diplomatic relations can be completely skipped over, and just like people simply wrote letters to like their fucking cousin, and it's like, hey, listen, we don't want to go to war. So, oh my god, what was my whole point? Oh, so what happened was this guy was in Germany when Germany was declared, and Germany's only been around for like 150 years. It's kind of weird.
I didn't even know that.
Like one day they're just like, oh, tomorrow, you know, Germany is going to be a thing, and that happened.
All right. Yep, that's.
But the interesting thing about that is the way that they declared Germany. Like the day it was declared, it became like one of the biggest powers in Europe. So it was like, okay, and then they were encircled like completely by land. So because they were like encircled completely by their neighbors, they ended up doing like a preemptive strike to stop from being encircled to try to conquer, and then that's what started World War One, which is kind of crazy. But my point is, when Otto von Bismarck was in power, a lot of people thought of him as this like evil bastard, like this fucking piece of shit, and people hated him. But then when Hitler came along, he was thought of this like
he was like the savior.
He was just this guy. Oh, he's just like silly. It's like, oh, he's like kind of lovably stupid and doesn't really know what he's doing. So like, it just who to blame, really. it's the times and
Yeah.
you know.
It's who can we direct our anger at? And so everyone's directing it at the police and the mayor.
Yep.
Um, which sucks because now the police are terrified to do anything, which facilitates more crime, and then
Yep.
we're causing our own kind of shitstorm here.
Bottomer!
Yeah, I'm still alive though.
Yeah.
Yep, I'm living.